Yes, well, I think that is President Trump's calling card. One of his many, sort of approaches to things is to be unpredictable and try and keep everything off balance, and to a certain extent, I think make it all about him. I think you're right. It is very difficult to, kind of trade the tweets or invest around them. I wouldn't even try. I would think of it as kind of, there's a substantially higher level of noise from this administration and this president in particular than we had been accustomed to, particular in the past, right? In particular with this president. I think by now we all sort of know that, and I think what we should do is plan for, expect a higher level of noise and therefore somewhat higher volatility in the markets. I think against that, the good news is that the Fed is, at least for the time being, rightly suppressing that volatility by using its balance sheet and by trying to keep the recovery on track. I think politically, geopolitically, in terms of economic policy, we should continue to expect more of the same from the president, at least during the campaign, right? The campaign is obviously going to be very noisy. As you say, it's the fight of his life. He treats every fight as if it's the fight of his life, and he's certainly going to do that with this one. I think, kind of stepping back, I think the question is, where are we really going in the international system? And I think it's fairly clear, it's been clear for quite some time, that there's going to be somewhat higher trade and investment barriers. I don't think there's going to be decoupling. I think the Cold War analogy, sort of obvious and kind of present as it is the wrong one, right? A lot of economies around the world are enmeshed with China. There's probably going to be a degree, like I say, of increase in barriers to trade and investment. I think the real question is, how are we going to live with one world with multiple systems? And because not everybody is going to choose the Chinese side or the American side. Some countries are going to hedge, and some countries are going to choose. I think that's bad news in a certain sense, that it implies lower growth, lower efficiency than otherwise. I think it's good news in another sense, or at least not so bad news, and that is that we're likely to have a very diverse global economy, right, with lots of different things, countries moving in different directions, which should increase the possibilities for active selection of countries, selection of asset classes, and portfolio diversification.